Hello, everybody. My name is Zara Chaos, and welcome to the table. I hope you enjoy your stay. We are back with Skyrim, and we will now enter the Soul Cairn. I I decided to. So we did the things, and now we're here at the Soul Cairn, or at least the entrance to it. So, yeah, we should talk to you first.
Incredible. Simply incredible.
Can you tell me about the Soul Cairn?
The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of Oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters.
Why was your mother so fascinated by it?
Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest.
What exactly are the Ideal Masters?
Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it.
How are you sure they exist?
I've read stories. Stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike.
Why do you say that?
Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the Necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead. I'm ready when you are.
Alright, let's go.
Are you alright? That looks painful.
What's what?
Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The Soul Cairn is, well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem.
Saying that I need to become a vampire?
Not your first choice, I'd guess?
There has to be another way.
Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours.
Thank you.
My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the Ideal Masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the Soul Cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe.
Those are my only options.
I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody.
Well, considering I killed the Glimworld witches, didn't take any of their heads outside of the one, and do want to cure myself of werewolfism. Sure.
Have you made up your mind?
I don't see any other way. Sure.
Are you sure? I'm willing to turn you, but you need to think it through. You'd become the very thing you've sworn to destroy. I don't know how the Dawn Guard will react.
I'm ready.
Turning someone is a very personal thing for vampires. It's intimate. For us. I don't want you to feel like I'm forcing you into this. Good. I promise to try and make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
Alright. I am a vamp. I will talk, and I can cure myself of vamp.
I've heard stories about the Soul Cairn, but never thought I'd see it myself. So far, it's about what I imagined. Ugh, the smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly. I yearn to see the great dunes of Hammerfell once again.
You're never gonna do that here. Literally never happened.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for a time. Seems awful, like they're still suffering.
Black Sanctuary. Right? Where's this skeleton boy? Yeah. Well, if the skeleton boy is stuck on the roof and I can't get to it,
Who's there? That'll teach you.
eh. Black Chapel.
What am I doing here? I don't belong in a place like this.
Sorry. Glad I don't soul trap. Hello.
A soul gem. That's what it was. Then I must be. Oh no.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from? Done and done.
Black Church.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
Oh, that's another model. Stall.
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this. Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you.
Can I help you?
Arvak? Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back!
The air, the ground. This is all wrong.
Death. More and more locations here. you tried attacking me. That was annoying. I don't like it when NPC.
This place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have. Look at the sky. What kind of place is this? No, but there's no way she would have left it in Tamriel. She wanted to get it as far away from my father as possible. I can't imagine a better place. Then we find out where she hid it. If she's still alive. Well, as alive as she was before. Or is now. Or... you know what I mean.
I am the Soul Cairn.
Probably to avoid whatever my father would do to her if he could get his hands on her. Or maybe her plan was to come back, but she was stuck here. We won't know until we find her.
Damn.
The smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
Talked to you before. Is there a way doesn't seem like it. Nowhere, to be honest. Church. Guild masters. Separate locations. So,
Where'd you come from?
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't... Arvak, please, he's such a loyal creature. Arvak? Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back!
Scott.
barrier wall. The house? Another spooky house. Kind of farm.
Well, look what we have here. Someone with flesh on their bones. Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers. How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer?
That's how you
You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. How people would track me down just to see what I had for sale. Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here. I'll tell you what. I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I'll play along. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly fungus-looking things growing out of the ground. Bring me, say, 25 of them, and you can rub rummage through what was left on my cart. Odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather, before all of this nonsense happened to me. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal. If you have the husks.
Alright.
You still got it, Morven. A salesman even beyond the end.
We'll continue exploring as we go. Lost structure. And still just a platform. Heaven's wand. Yep. Ah. It turns a certain jump.
Where'd you...
That's very interesting. I never knew that mechanic. Nice.
Wasn't before that. Don't be so foolish. What do you want? How does anyone expect me to write my opus with all of these rude interruptions? What do I mean, indeed? If I hadn't lost all of the pages, I wouldn't be in this predicament, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Here it is. How does anyone... If I hadn't lost all of the pages, very well. I suppose a moment or two of my time couldn't hurt. I am Jib. Some call me Saint Jib. Others call me Jib the Eradicator. Perhaps you've heard of me. I can't say that I'm surprised by your answer. Until I get my second volume published, no one will ever know of my achievements. A book? I'd hardly call a 26-volume epic simply a book. Surely you've heard of the rise and fall of St. Jib the Eradicator, hero of Morrowind and savior of the Dunmer.
Be a shorter title is in order.
Maybe you should leave the writing to an expert. Stop making foolish suggestions. Terrible. Simply terrible. I was in the midst of writing the second volume, and there just
this prison. It's unfair.
Really?
That damned Remora and his minions. They didn't even give me a chance to explain who I was. Well, I assume so. It cast a spell at me from some kind of strange black crystal. Next thing I knew, I arrived here. My what? Wait. That means...
You're dead.
No. All these wasted months? Or has it been years? I don't even remember how much time has passed. No, my work will never see the light of day. My name will be forgotten. Perhaps. Do you have a way of me? Maybe I can't leave, but my writings can. In order to write the second volume of my opus, I need the notes from my first volume. Otherwise, I need to do all of this from memory. When I was tossed in here, I felt myself falling, and I dropped the pages I had been holding. There were 10 of them in all. Find them for me, please. I beg you. Ah, yes. St. Jib the Eradicator, Jib the Magnificent. I've earned a lot of those titles thanks to my campaign against the Winged Menace.
Menace?
Yes. I'm speaking of the Cliff Racer, of course. Wretched things. They used to crisscross the skies over Morrowind and famine. Nasty flying creatures with a habit of sneaking up on the unwary. After I was freed from prison, I decided to turn my life around. Give something back to the people of Morrowind. It became quickly apparent that the best way I could help would be by wiping out the Cliff Racers.
You successful?
Indeed I was. I hunted down and killed every last one of them. Took years. The people of Morrowind were so grateful to have the road safer again, they took to calling me St. Jib, and then the other names followed.
You said you were in prison?
That was a dark time in my life. I did a lot of things I ended up regretting. Maybe that's why I worked so hard to redeem myself once I was freed.
What did you do?
I murdered others for money. And before you think I belong to some romantic or secretive guild, think again. I was simply an addict who needed money for school. The stuff wasn't cheap, and murder always seemed to be in demand.
How'd you get caught?
I finally bit off more than I could chew. I was paid to assassinate some high-ranking official from House Redorin. What I didn't know is someone had hired the Moran Tong to kill him as well. Exactly. He got to my target first and called the guard to cover his tracks. By the time I got there, the place was on alert. Walked right into a trap and didn't even realize it until I was captured. They tried me for murder, threw me on a prison ship, and sent me to the jail in the next city. Gave me a lot of time to think, that's for sure.
How did Remora attack you?
Well, that's a ridiculous question. Everyone traveling through here has said that the Oblivion gates have been opening all over Tamriel.
That was...
Has it been that long? Oh my. Well, it started with the followers of Mehrunes Dagon having Emperor Uriel Septim VII assassinated. Without a septim on the throne of the Empire, Dagon was able to leave Oblivion through the gates and attack. All I heard is that without a septim sitting on the throne of the Empire, the dragon fires, the place called the Temple of the One,
were no longer lit. This meant that we were vulnerable to the forces of oblivion.
Couldn't have happened.
Well, I don't know. Everything seemed fine until that Remora attacked me. I only heard later about the gates from the other souls. I can only assume the gates have been closed by now. I had just moved from my ancestral home in Morrowind to the continent of Cyrodiil. I settled in the city of Kavach to write my memoirs and to find some peace and quiet.
Using Kavach when it was invaded.
Indeed. One moment I was writing diligently, and the next, my door bursts open. It was a cadre of Dremora. The city was under attack. I took it upon myself to join the cause and fight the Dremora, thinking this would simply be another feather in my cap.
It worked out well.
The reason I'm standing in front of you as only a whisper of my former self should tell you that. I never knew what became of Kavach. I wonder if they were triumphant without me.
No.
Now, where was I?
By Geo.
I wonder how many copies I'll sell. Hundreds. Thousands.
So much more stuff I want to find. Alright, how many husks do I have? Three. Need two more. Back over to where that dead man is. Back. Or Scott. want to go to this place. Die.
Arvak! You saved him! His soul is free, I can feel it! He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you. He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunny. Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvak for me. Such a good horse.
Well, you're welcome. I'm happy to save our pet. Good boy. Fast travel back to the Soul Husk merchant. Well,
Brought some soul husk? Sure, got plenty. What am I gonna do with it? Sure, here you go. Can't understand a word of it. Maybe it would do you some good.
there are some new spells from the Spellman. made to be an afterlife. Another one of those black soul gem covers.
Madness. It was madness to attack that coven of witches. Why didn't they listen to me?
Two witches. Talking about now.
1,000 steps, and 1,000 more.
Pretty sure there must be some. I went to before. There's the way to. Be cured. There's that.
Only those who have suffered long can find the light in the shadows.
Clouds, the sky. It's all calm.
Here, instead of this. More locations in. Area. There's 5 houses here. So there's literally no gold. And here's will be ideal. I feel like I'm collecting a majority of locations now. Maybe not all of them. Like, I Get out. Those things eat you. So be careful. Gatehouse. nothing. I want to get in here. We are.
Mother? Mother!
It can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a minute. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
Saved her from
Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
That's why I'm here for the Elder Scroll.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
What do you mean?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that. It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal, his place in oblivion. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him? If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans? You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed.
Yeah, well, yes. I'm serious.
I see. You're simply here to stop the tyranny of the sun, despite the cost to Serana. Nothing else matters. This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you! I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father!
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Serana. If you'd only open your eyes the moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
Thinking Lord Molag Bal cares about you is
I didn't
very
I didn't see.
delusional.
I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. Be
Right.
careful, and keep my daughter safe.
I just need to go right here.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
Right. One more keeper to kill. Over here.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison.
that's about.
Where'd you come from? Who's there? Done and done.
Exploration for the exploration man. What? Right. I think I'm allowed to read these because why not?
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive. Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
The sooner we get out of this place, the better.
Well, I'm good at dealing with dragons. I'm the Dragon Boy.
I hear some.
Back here. I want a dragon right now.
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon. Volumes written on Durnevere allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Unless... the soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnevere's physical form while he reconstitutes himself. Minutes, hours, years. I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. Let's get you the Elder Scroll and you can be on your way.
No, she's leading us to the scroll.
I want to take all of this.
What did you want?
take it to Dexion. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know.
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way.
Stay here?
I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Paul Harker. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition. I appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all that I care about. You must keep her safe at all costs. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants. And promise me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value I have left.
Okay. Let's go. Hi.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin. Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death. I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore honor name you Quinarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue.
Equally worthy.
Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you.
Kind of favor.
For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there.
Stopping you.
I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more. I will place my name with you and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thum. Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right. In my language, the Quinarin is the Vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle. Even in the Soul Cairn, the defeat of the World Eater has reached my ears, Dovahkiin. You may not be Dova, but the defeat of Alduin earns you the right of title.
End up here.
There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles. I was. But unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Gillan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy. The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica. I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul. Free? No. I have been here too long, Quanarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call.
Alright, I will do that. Thank you very much. Free shout. I can always go back. Get partially sold.
Oh, what is it?
Alright. Now let's get out of here. You know who I can go to now? The guy in Morthal. So I can cure myself of vampirism. Yay!
If you're here to purchase, I have many spells available. Do come in.
Excuse me.
If you stand before me to accuse me of sacrificing children or eating the hearts of the dead, you may save your breath. I have done no such thing, nor do I intend to. I simply wish to live my life in peace. The people of Morthal would much rather weave their... If they choose to fear me in their ignorance, that's their choice. But it will not change what is true. You deal with powerful forces. Take care they do not overwhelm you. As anyone will tell you, Morthal can be a dangerous place. My talents are useful here. I help maintain order, even if it goes unnoticed. The marsh is treacherous. You would do well to not wander at night.
What are you selling today?
Take a look. All right, then.
I need to go to an inn. Horse is vibrating.
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Welcome to the Moorside. If you need anything, I'll be right. Have you seen that Shrine of Azura? They say Falion of Morthal has studied vampires, Draugr, and all manner of undead. Slow. Few enough reasons to... Now, well, let's just say the front door doesn't get much use. Lurbach fancies himself a bard. If I had any customers, I'd be worried about him annoying them, but, well, look around. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Make you look completely... Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. All right, then.
Don't fret over the gloom. There's nothing to fear. Oh.
Yeah. Alien. I've heard the rules that you deal with vampires. Can you hear me, vampire?
My talents are much needed here in order to keep Morthal safe. I know many things. I've studied things beyond the reach of most humans. Traveled the Oblivion Plains, seen things one should not see. I have met Daedra and Dwemer, and everything in between, and I know enough to see a vampire where others would see a man.
Looking for a cure.
It is possible. I know of a ritual, but have never performed it. It requires a filled black soul gem. You will need to kill someone. When you have a gem and have filled it, return to me and I will perform the ritual. I will bring life to your dead body, vampire.
I have a grand soul.
Morthal is... Very well. Meet me at the summoning circle in the marsh at dawn. We shall banish the creature you have become. here. As you desire.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave.
I
Anywhere,
call
just
upon
cut a
Oblivion
place.
Realms, the home of those who are not our ancestors. Answer my plea. As in death there is new life, in Oblivion there is a beginning for that which has ended. I call forth that power. Accept the soul that we offer. As the sun ends the night, end the darkness of this soul. Return life to the creature you see before you. The ritual is complete.
Alright.
Yes? I can't say it surprises me. I kind of figured we were heading for this someday. I just didn't know when. If. I've been assuming that's where all this is going. I've been trying to make my peace with it. Come on, we can talk about this another time.
Alright. Thanks, Valiant. Now, we can continue the main quest. It is pretty late. I'm cured. Actually have restful sleep.
I trust your journey was successful? I'm sorry, my friend. I can no longer be of use in this matter. It's my fault. In my haste to read the first scroll, I neglected the careful preparation required. I thought I'd be able to allay the after effects, but I was wrong. Now I am paying for it. Blind? Yes, I'm afraid so. No, it will have to run its course, and there's always the chance I may never recover. No, there is another way. The question is, how much are you willing to risk to find Oriel's bow? I can't guarantee you'd be free from harm. Becoming blind could be the least of your worries. Scattered across Tamriel are secluded locations known only as Ancestor Glades. There's one in Skyrim in the Pine Forest. Performing the ritual of the Ancestor Moth within the glade should provide the answers you seek. It involves carefully removing the bark from a canticle tree, which will in turn attract ancestor moths to you. Once enough of the moths are following, they'll provide you with the second sight needed to decipher the scrolls. In keeping with tradition, you must use a specific tool in the Ancestor Glade, an implement known as a draw knife. Every moth priest is taught this ritual, but few ever get the chance to perform it. You should consider yourself fortunate if it works for you. From what I saw in the vision, the Elder Scroll which foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals is the key to the prophecy. Well, as I'm sure you figured out by now, it's no mere coincidence that we're named Moth Priests. The voice of the Ancestor Moth has always been an integral part of reading the Elder Scrolls. Oh, the moths don't literally read the scrolls, but they maintain a connection to ancient magic that allows the moth priests to decipher them. If you listen closely when you find the glade, you should be able to hear their song, a soft, harmonious trilling. It's through this ancestral chorus that the moths tap into a form of primal augur and become a conduit for deciphering the scrolls. By having the ancestor moths close to the moth priest, they can utilize the conduit and share the moth's augury. Only the most resilient of priests can do it this way. It takes years of practice to interpret the harmony. You've come this far, and you've found several Elder Scrolls. Whether you believe it or not, the scrolls have a mind of their own. If they did not want you to find them, they would not allow it. Because of this, I strongly believe you were meant to hear the ancestral chorus. Only one way to find out. Sadly, yes. It is the inevitable fate we agree to pursue when reading the Elder Scrolls. It generally does not occur until a moth priest is in his latter years, but in my case, I simply was not preparing myself properly. Deciphering one of the Elder Scrolls is nothing like reading a simple book. There is quite a bit of ritual and concentration required. It can take months or even years to complete a single scroll, and even then, months to recover. Good luck. I hope you find the answers you seek.
He did the fucky wucky by being a little too much of in a rush.
I hope we reach Ancestor Glade soon.
There's probably a cave. This probably is a cave, yeah. Mostly a cave. More than likely a cave. Alright, I need to open something. Do. All right. That seems a little better, maybe. Increasing my mid-range, yeah. Okay. Hopefully this is better. Maybe. I mean, maybe also increasing my own microphone's volume will help too. Huh. New location.
I hope Alvi doesn't think less of me, but I can't protect her on my own. We're safer here.
I worry it'll never be safe to go home.
Aren't the Dawn Guard here to help? To make it safe for us? Can't see why they wouldn't let us in.
Barknar insisted we come here, said we'd be safe. He also said we'd be inside.
I thought I'd come here to be safe. Now they won't so much as let us in.
I'm sorry to see that. Now, they're fortifying as much as possible. No, I don't actually have to walk back. Alright. Find a moth priest's knife. not showing up. Blood gods, skulls. The skull throne. Dead vampires. Put my cool dragon bone sword away. Which I made. Because I lost my Daedric sword. I really should have spare swords on hand. Alright. Now it showed up. Ah. Come on, Van, let's go. Up the mountain using horse tech. Oh, I don't want to steal from her. I read dragon because it was my destiny.
Not very impressive, is it? If this ends up being a wasted trip, your friend Dexy and I are gonna have some words when we get back.
I am lost. Literally going the wrong way.
Wow. Look at this place. No one's been here in centuries. I doubt there's any other place like it in Scotland. It's beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
Well, we got the knife. Now all we need to do is track down one of those canticle trees.
Okay, I do need to actually climb this. There aren't any enemies in here. That would suck.
Hope the mob like that bark as much as Dexy said they would.
Hi, little friends.
They've definitely taken a liking to you. And unless I'm seeing things, you're starting to glimmer.
Hi, little buddies. Hi, little friends. Monster friends. Well, let's out of the ones that are probably not friends. A lot of monster friends, though. Okay, you just need to collect 3 more swarms of friends. Look, more friends. More friends. Alright. Just need one more group of friends. Friends.
Are you okay? Almost thought I lost you there. You went as white as the snow. I never trusted those damn scrolls. Who knows what those things could have done to you? Just look at Dexian. What about Ariel's bow? Do you know where we can find it?
Darkfall.
And it's almost over. We can finally put an end to this ridiculous prophecy. Where is this Darkfall cave? Then let's get going. I want to get there before my father has a chance to track us down.
Unseen visions. Touching the sky. How dare you invade the sacred place full of friends? God. Oh. Fall cave. Just over here. Hi, dragon.
I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
Oh.
The free air of Kus at long last. As promised, I now teach you the first word of Soul Cairn. Re, the essence of your enemy's life force.
And he gets to be free and do things. This is so nice. He gets to be free and do stuff. There's an orc stronghold over here. I wonder if it's the same orc I spawned in as it. Different. I believe this is the one. Yeah.
It's late, Outlander. Come back in the morning.
You know what? That's fair. Alright.
I can feel my strength returning each time I am set free from that prison. Hear now the second word of soul tearing. Vaz. Meaning to tear your enemy's soul from its...
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
I'll let him do whatever the heck he wants. Then he despawns.
have kept your side of the bargain. Now let me fulfill mine. Feel the last word of soul tearing within yourself. Zol. The unlife that results when a soul is imprisoned in dead flesh.
There. Took a while to do that, but you know what? I felt like honoring my end of that bargain. There's gonna be a farmer in this cave.
Be careful. I think we may be in for some trouble.
Goodbye, spiders.
Who's there?
Those rooms.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Do. Shot has finally reset.
These people. Why would anyone want to set up camp here? I wonder what happened.
I can't see anything.
Come forward. You have nothing to fear here. I am Knight Paladin Gellamor. Welcome to the great chantry of Auriel. Auriel, Halkosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow Elves. I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers. Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed. Of course, you're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance. I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother. The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the Betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen.
The Betrayed
They swept into the chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause. The chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the Betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone, and stormed the inner sanctum where I believe they corrupted Vertha. He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting. Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel, and an assault on the Betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death.
A shrine?
Yes, let me show you. This structure was known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin of the Way Shrine's center and proceed to the next Way Shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temples so we can kill your brother and claim Arnold's bow.
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the Initiate's footsteps and traveling from Way Shrine to Way Shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment.
How many more?
There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry. Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the Initiate's ewer. Once you've located a Way Shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened. This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey.
Alright. Well...
Questions? I expected as much.
Yes. Well, you told me to ask them, so I will ask them.
This is, or was, the epicenter of our religion. Most of the Snow Elf people worshipped Auriel. The Chantry was constructed near the beginning of the First Era to provide a retreat for those that wished to become enlightened. Our empire had temples to some of the other deities. Trinimac, Ciribane, Yffrey, and Finister rounded out the rest. But those temples paled in comparison to the glory of the Chantry and its Way Shrines. Oh yes, they were an important part of the process here. They represented the steps the Initiates took on the path to total enlightenment. Sadly, the magic used to construct these wonders were lost long before I arrived here. They're ghosts of the Snow Elf priests that tended the Way Shrines before being slaughtered by the betrayed. Through the grace of Auriel, they were restored to their spectral form to enable them to continue their duties. I'm afraid in their current form, they still believe the Chantry to be an active center of worship. They won't respond to you in any way other than believing that you're an initiate and you're undertaking the journey to the inner sanctum. They're ghosts of the Snow Elf priests. Through the grace of Auriel, I'm afraid they won't respond to you in any... We were once a wealthy and prosperous society that occupied a portion of Skyrim. Unfortunately, we were constantly at war with the Nords, who claimed the land as their ancestral home. In a manner of speaking. We had always maintained an uneasy alliance with the underground-dwelling dwarves, and when faced with extinction, we turned to them for help. Surprisingly, they agreed to protect us, but demanded a terrible price. The blinding of our race. There were splinter groups that resisted the agreement, and even some that sought alternate alliances. But when it was all said and done, those elves were either slaughtered, vanished, or gave up and took the dwarves' bargain. I've often asked myself that very same question. The blinding of my race was supposedly accomplished with a toxin, certainly not enough to devolve them into the sad and twisted beings they've become. The Chantry is quite isolated, so it took some time for word of the dwarves' offer to reach us here. By the time the compact had been completed, it was too late for us to even attempt to intervene. Correct. We only numbered perhaps 100 at the time, so our presence remained a secret to the dwarves and the Nords. Ironically, our undoing came at the hands of our own people.
Right.
Yes. They swarmed the Chantry in vast numbers until we were completely overrun. We never really stood a chance. I assume that the Archcurate was corrupted by them when they found a way to breach the inner sanctum. Verther and myself are the only two snow elves that remain.
Oh, that sucks to hear.
May Auriel light your path.
That wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would be. Kind of soothing, actually. I feel a little warmer now.
Well. Okay, these things are weird. I don't like that.
Where'd you go? Done and done.
Check.
Who's there?
Copies.
Where'd you come
Hi.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Okay.
Who's there? Knew I heard something. Done and done.
Avoided the trap. Fuck up. Homer, fuck up. Eh. I'm lost. There we go. On the other side of the giant crystal thing.
Where'd you come from? Done and done. Where'd you come from?
Got it.
You knew I heard something.
Probably missing a lot of. You're fine. We'll get up eventually.
Be careful here. Whatever's on the other side of this, Alma wanted to keep. Where'd you come from? Done and done.
This is so pretty. Too bad it's so dark.
Are you seeing this? It's fantastic.
Come on, please. Huh? Don't like those things?
I think that's another way shrine. Here we go.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Illumination. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Then behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it light your path as you seek tranquility within the inner sanctum. May Ariel's brilliance illuminate your path.
Right. No, I do not care. I want out.
This is incredible. It's like a whole other world. Come on, the bow has to be in this valley somewhere.
Exploration. Oh yeah, a lot of this got damaged.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Sight. Then behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it speed your journey to the inner sanctum.
Is that another one of those way shrines up there? I wonder where this one goes.
Well, now we know. Portal back. I want to go to that cave over there. Loot for the loot man. Die.
Almost doesn't even look real, you know?
Cave, enter the shrine, and then to that other marker. I want to piss off a price giant. Cross giant. I think. Right. There. Cave over here. being ice straits everywhere isn't surprising much. Very annoying. Oh. There's another way shrine over here.
You've reached the Way Shrine of Learning, Initiate. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Ariel bless you, child, for you are a step closer to the inner sanctum and everlasting wisdom.
Goes uppy. Kind of useless. Caves. Because the first time I played this game, I kind of beelined. All I really did was beeline to the main quest. I'm gonna take my time. They're dead people. Frozen Lake. Right up there. Bet you the only way to get to that location is... Oh. Ick. Wish I could have some shout movements. Ugh. Alright, let us continue. Being ragdolled by dragons. Hello.
You've arrived at the Way Shrine of Resolution. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and then go forth, child? May the enrichment of Ariel strengthen your resolve as you undertake your journey to the inner sanctum. May Ariel's glow shield you from your enemy.
bridge. There's going to be raid.
Where'd you come from?
Much of a graveyard. Come back here.
I'm not gonna die like this. Quest where I constantly get lost. Probably the best spell ever. I'm not ordinarily an illusionist. This is very handy.
What the fuck? Died? Alright, well. I'm going to save it here. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Zoro Chaos, and I am signing out. I hope you enjoyed your stay. We're going to continue more Skyrim next time. Ta-ta and cheers.